Well, hello and welcome to another episode of GullyTalk. I am Saru and joining me is Abhishek, and we're here to bring to you all the cricketing action of IPL 2025. IPL has finally arrived. Well, that's how this week felt, especially with that MI RCB match and a couple of close encounters. Hoping for many such good matches in the coming weeks. Today at Gully Talk, it's reality check time. Well, yes, you heard me right. Abhishek and I will be taking five teams each, and we will be talking about what's working, what's not working, and maybe some thoughts in terms of what can help. So, Abhishek, I hope you're all set.
Why not? I think it's worth addressing the teams after 3 weeks of IPL. A lot of my old picks don't seem to be doing really well, but the new ones definitely have a couple of tricks up their sleeve. So let's let's try doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. I think before we get down to the teams, I think it was a brilliant week, especially
Yes.
that MI RCB match. I know we're going to be talking about that many, many more times, but what a match that was.
No, absolutely. I think for uh, for all these years that I've seen RCB playing, they seem to have their house in order. I think I've mentioned this in the earlier episode too. Uh, it, I just hope the law of averages doesn't catch up with them very soon. I know it's a very long tournament, but if they've started with some great momentum, just hope they continue. I know a lot of the big boys who have five titles under their sleeve aren't doing much to boot about. But yes, like you said at the beginning, the matches are tighter. The scoreline is not doing justice to the final outcome. But I'm just glad to see that IPL is back, or the IPL that we know is really showcasing itself.
Absolutely. Okay. So, which team are you going with, Abhishek?
So yeah, from my list, let me take KKR. I think they had a very tight match with LSG, if I recall very well, chasing 230 odd, coming very close, just losing by around 4 to 5 runs. Uh, I think if they continue in this vein, it's just about 2-3 matches before they get back into that form. Are they missing a Gautam Gambhir? I know a lot of people will speak about that, but I just hope KKR comes back to winning ways. They should be doing justice in the next week or so. That's what I feel.
And let's say you were in the camp, and if you were to give them one pointer in terms of how they could pull themselves up.
Okay, I still feel that Dre Russ is not really a 12 ball player. Maybe he can do 4 overs. Just give him 20 odd balls and then let's see what magic he can do. I have a feeling, and I know I've seen a lot of the cricket pundits speak about this, but Dre Russ is not a 12 ball player. He is definitely a 6 over player, and the moment he gets everything connecting from the middle of that bat, I think he can make a lot of heads turn. He can make a lot of people drop their jaws.
Hmm.
So I would back Dreras to come really good.
Hmm. Hmm. I think from my end, I was looking at KKR and I was just thinking that there's Raghuvanshi, who's
Yes,
probably coming right after Rahane.
right
For
after. That's correct.
And they're really underutilizing somebody like a Rinku. For example, if you see the other day, Rinku came in at 6 or 7.
Correct. Six, I think. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
So Raghuvanshi can probably be played as an impact player more often and only when
Right.
needed, and have Rinku come up. Uh, I think that would really help matters because Rinku can take some time, but I think once he gets started, he's someone. I mean,
Mm.
imagine they just lost the match by about 4 runs.
It's just about one blow or something like that. These are modern mysteries. Why does Dreras not come up, and why is Rinku not given chances? These are just modern mysteries which only the KKR camp can answer.
Yeah, which essentially also pushes down somebody like Venkatesh Iyer. He's somebody
I
who
know.
needs to play for a longer period of time to get going.
True, true. So probably scratching their heads around who to really push about, or maybe it's also associated with the tags, the price tags against each of the players.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that brings me to my team, which is
Yes, please.
Rajasthan.
Ah,
Blow what? Blow cold? I think that's been the season for
yes. I think
Rajasthan.
you couldn't have summarized it better. One day they seem menacing, the other day they just fall flat. I'm just
Yeah.
wondering, and I'm probably wondering when will Rahul Dravid come off from his wheelchair and start really
And
start
take
really
matters into his
take
hands.
matters under his hands.
Yeah, yeah,
I can bet my life on this. If needed, Dravid can wear the pads and do something for RR. He's that sort of player. Unbelievable.
I know, I know. I think their bowling is working well with Archer
Yes.
coming
Yes.
good. There is Sandeep Sharma with his diligent, meticulous bowling.
Deliges, yes. He just keeps chugging on each year. I mean, it's no matter which team. I think Sandeep Sharma is not given credit because he year on year he just turns up, he does his thing, he slips into oblivion, and the next year he's back again. So kudos to
Yeah.
Sandeep Sharma there.
So that part of it is working for them. But I think what's not is I was just looking at the top 10 batsmen, and there is
Mhm.
only Sanju who's figuring in that. He's close to about 180 runs.
Correct. Surprising.
And
Yashasvi is not on that list. He's
Yashasvi
just
is
not been
not
performing.
there. And I think, in fact, the strong point for Rajasthan is the fact that, most of the top order batsmen is the Indian core,
Correct.
which normally delivers, which allows
Yes.
them to play more of a predominant foreign setup in terms of the bowling.
Bowling. That's true.
I think that's something which's been hurting them because I don't think they're getting the runs from their batters consistently, be it Hetmeyer, be it Yashasvi, be it Dhruv Jurel, be it Nitish Rana. I think
Yeah.
with any of these folks, it's only Sanju and he's
Sanju.
gotten about 200 runs.
I think Rana had a freak game that day where he scored a very fast 50. I think beyond that, everything other than that wasn't really worthwhile noticing. Correct.
Yeah, yeah. The one thing that I believe probably they can try is they have Akash Madhwal in the ranks. And
Okay.
I remember Akash Madhwal had a very good season. I think it was 23, if I'm right.
23.
Where in the absence of Bumrah, he bowled quite well.
Yeah, yeah. The he was in the MI camp. That's right. That's
Yeah.
correct.
And so there is probably a case to try him in place of someone like Tushar Deshpande right now. Because if you see, Tushar Deshpande is going for quite a lot of
Yeah,
runs.
I think I
Those
remember he was at CSK too. That's where he went out for a lot of. He leaked a lot of runs. It's correct.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's see. I think that's where Rajasthan is placed currently.
So I mean, if you were to slide in something very funny, so right now it's only Halla without the bowl.
Whole. Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
There are some important
so
matches coming up.
yeah, they do. I think the upcoming fixtures they have a lot to offer. Especially,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
there's a
RR
match.
RCB and there's an
Yeah,
RR. So
correct, correct, correct. The RR-RCB thing would be interesting. I would like to see maybe Yashasvi really taking it to the cleaners, but then
yeah,
totally depends on him. And who
hopefully.
do I take up? Let me. Oh yeah, why don't I take up the dad's army, who are really reeling? I don't know why. What's happening with CSK? We've been perennial fans of Dhoni for years, but there was it was somewhere in between that match, I think, where they scored really low, and that was with BC. I was wondering if they really had intent to win, and that was first time in so many years I really felt that, because it just felt that they lacked intent.
Hmm.
I would understand folks in their late 30s and early 40s pointing to Dhoni. Maybe it's a fatigue issue, but how about the others? I mean, lack of intent is showing there, and I'm very surprised because this Saru is a champion team. They tend to prove people wrong just by performances and not by speaking. But this time, even the performances are not coming. I know, barring one match, of course, where they lost by just a couple of odd runs, where
Hmm.
Tony came up the order. Uh,
Right.
I wish they show that sort of intent. Uh, but there's something wrong. Probably their core is missing. I don't know. Their core definitely seems similar, but everyone seems here all over the place. What do you feel?
I think there is too much being said about Dhoni,
Yeah,
uh, which honestly, I don't know if that should really be the point of focus.
shouldn't be,
Uh,
of course.
Even if you see in the match against Punjab, where they came pretty close,
Very.
The problem for them since the start of this season has been their top order.
Yes.
Uh, be it Rahul Tripathi, be it Conway, be it Rachin, be it Ruturaj. You seeing teams score at 150 plus, whereas more often you see Chennai scoring at 120, 130, even when they're scoring, even when they're chasing big scores.
Correct. That's true.
That's something which is trouble them, and Ashwin has not been very effective for them.
Hasn't really fired. I mean, we were thinking of an homecoming really working in the advantage of CSK, but definitely isn't happening. I do see Noor Ahmed still amongst the wickets, but doesn't look like doesn't look like he has a lot of support there.
Yeah, that
And
actually is very interesting because there is Noor Ahmed and, if I'm right, even Khalil in the
yes,
top
even
10
Khalil in
bowling.
the top order. Yes, was
So
very
they have
surprising.
two bowlers in the
Yeah,
top 10, and they're still not doing well.
was very surprising. That's true. Safe to say, I think after 5 matches, if Chennai has one out of four, I mean, one win out of and four losses, and if they don't pull up their socks in next 2 matches, I think the this season is locked for them. This season is done, dusted. Yeah, they might as well do a complete overhaul and give all their other probables an opportunity because I just don't know for a team who has a charismatic. I mean, use all the adjectives: enigmatic, charismatic, Midas touch, etc. Something's wrong there. And I know we've just seen that news about Dhoni taking the helm of affairs after Rutu being ruled out. So let's see in the next few matches, maybe that 2007 Midas touch, 2011 Midas touch comes back. But
Yeah,
if they don't pull up their socks in the next 2 matches, I think it's safe to say see you in 2026.
yeah. Someone who's in the same boat as, I think, my next team, MI.
Am I?
Uh,
Oh my God. I
they
know,
had
I
a
know.
fabulous match against RCB, and I say it was good for them in
It
terms
was
of
really good. Yeah,
how
yeah.
well they, chase that score.
I
Hardik
think it was
Pandya.
a 10-12 run deficit. Yeah, correct.
So Bumrah coming back has obviously completely changed things for MI.
Am I?
They
Yes.
already have youngsters like Ashwini, the mystery spinner Vignesh Putur, who's
Ignition.
doing
Yeah.
well for them, and there's Santner. Their bowling is sort of working. I think the problem
Correct.
has been, I think, with their top order batting because
Yes.
it's Rohit Sharma and Ryan Rickelton followed by Will Jacks.
Hmm.
Similar issue which I pointed out with KKR, they do not have enough balls left to be played by someone like a Namandir coming in because
Yes.
he's in good form. So Mumbai might actually be in a better space to play one of Ryan Rickelton or Will Jacks because they are not using Will Jacks as much in any case as an all-rounder.
As an all-rounder. Correct.
Rohit Sharma and Ryan Rickelton. We are not going to drop Rohit Sharma, obviously.
That
Let's
will
start.
create chaos. Yeah, that will create chaos of a different level.
So I think they can open with Rohit Sharma, Ryan Rickelton, and have Tilak Verma at one down. I think he's
Yes,
somebody who
yes,
should.
I would agree. Surya not really raising our hearts, right?
Hmm, hmm. His strike rate is he's been at 150, which is very unlike
Unlike
Sky. Yeah. So I think it would help MI to play one of Ryan Rickelton or Bill Jacks. I think that's what I'm kind of looking at, and of course they would want more runs, definitely, like you said, from Sky.
sky. I know. We're waiting for the sky to be lit, figuratively and literally as well.
Yeah. Good. Who's your team, Abhishek? Next.
Right, next team, Punjab. Okay, Punjab is number 4 on the list as we record, of course. Had some very good matches. Makes sense. I think the one bright moment was, of course, Arya, the century by that youngster. So great. I think a great pick. If they've, I mean, he's definitely worth his salt, and I think they should continue him as an opener. Makes sense because he really threw the kitchen sink at at those bowlers. I mean, unbelievable to see that, and I think he's played a lot of in the Delhi Premier League. So great to see someone like him come up. Uh, I think they should make it if they continue in the same vein. I've been a big fan of the combination of Shreyas and Ricky. Uh, Another two matches, I think they should be in the top three. That's my take.
Yes. I think the only thing for Punjab that I probably wanted to say is that I think they need to push with Chahal more and forget
Yes,
about these matchups and not play them whenever there is a left-hander batting. I think that's been sort of the pattern with most of the teams.
teams.
Uh,
Yeah,
he's a seasoned player, and I think he needs to be used and used for all the 4 overs.
true.
And he can take
He's
some good catches, like you see the other day.
no, he's worth it. I think Chahal needs his due. Chahal can get his due. It's just about the placing confidence in him.
Yeah, yeah. Good. That brings me to my next team,
Mhm.
a team which is there on everybody's list this year for playoffs, Sunrisers Hyderabad. Well, we're talking about what's working, what's not working. Honestly, there is a lot which is not working for Sunrisers Hyderabad.
The
Uh,
combination called Travis Shake is definitely not working. I was surprised to see that 150 score by SRH. I said, come on, this can't be SRH.
yeah, so they literally bulldoze teams with their batting, and that's how they can save themselves with a bowling lineup which is not that good.
Right.
And in fact, this year I think they're missing the experience of somebody like a Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Natarajan, who were there
Yeah,
earlier.
I would agree. I would agree.
So
Uh,
honestly, it's working out for them, both batting as well as bowling. The
yes.
only thing that I can think of, Sunrisers probably just shake up the whole thing. Maybe why would you not want to play somebody like an Adam Zampa when
Yeah, true.
in the, try someone like a Rahul Chahar. And I think they
Rahul.
also have Malinga in the ranks. With his action, they should be trying. They should be trying these players, and because that's the only way Sunrisers can probably pull themselves out of this. And of course, the batsmen need to be told that there is no prize for coming back to the dressing room real fast.
I think you said that very well.
Yeah. And that's the only thing probably which can change things. But I'm hopeful. I think like MI, unlike CSK, MI and SRH are two teams. I'm hopeful they can pull themselves up.
So do you still bet they'll make the playoffs?
Well, RCB did in the previous season. What they won
Correct.
7 matches in a row.
In a row, right? That's correct.
But
So maybe
quite
they
tough.
can. They can.
Yeah, because they've already played 5, which leaves them with 9, 7 out of 9.
Correct.
Uh, Tough one, but if
Tough
any
one,
team,
but possible. Yeah.
I think if any team can do it, it is Sunrisers.
Sunrisers, correct. And maybe I think they need their captain to relax and think more clearly,
Yes.
or given the scenario of this being the World Cup 2023, just a shorter version. Right. Where do we go next? Yes, the the teams that have, of course, right at the top, which is Gujarat. Nice to see our good man Gill smiling for sure, and a lot of. I mean, like I'd spoken in the last episode, I'm quite glad to see the two Sai Sudarshan and Sai Kishore, doing really well. If they don't, I mean, I'm giving them a 6 month window, and if I don't see them in the national setup, I'll be extremely surprised because Sai Sudarshan is doing all that he can at the top order. Sai Sudarshan with his 70s punk rock style hairstyle is also doing all that he can in the bowling unit. So great to have them there. I was just a bit surprised to see Rashid going for a lot of runs because Rashid is one nippy bowler that a lot of people don't seem to pick. But Rashid seems to be going to the cleaners. But I know it's maybe
Tells so much, isn't it? In spite of Rashid Khan not bowling
correct.
well, GT as a team is doing really well. I think they're on top of the
Right,
table, 4 out of 5. Uh,
right.
they're on 8 points. They're doing well. They
Uh,
also have someone like Rabada, who's I think currently not available for them.
Correct.
So, in spite of these services not being available, they're doing well. Their batsmen are in the top 10, be it Butler, be it Sai Sudarshan, be it even Gill.
Even
All,
Gill, yeah, to be honest, yeah.
yeah.
And I think Mia is doing very well for GT. So I'm happy to see Mia smiling too. And
He's been
Siraj,
the success story of IPL 2025, I think.
yes, for sure. I think that champions he's taken the Champions Trophy snub to heart and really giving it his all. Yeah, must agree. Right, just a few more teams left. Maybe you can pick up something, Saru.
I have everybody's favorite, the RCB, winning against KKR, winning against CSK, winning against MI, at their home ground.
Their home ground. Sometimes I wonder if RCB is trembling that they're seeing too many W's against their name.
The only thing I think, if there is anything that I have to point out and say, like you said earlier, can they keep the momentum? Did they start peaking early in the season? And
Correct.
can they keep this going? I think their bowling looks fabulous with Suyash and Krunal Pandya, the experience of Bhuvaneshwar, and of course, Josh Hazelwood right at the
Hazelwood.
top. The only thing that would probably concern me is, given on a given day, if Salt, Kohli, or even Patidar end up getting out early,
Yes.
does
They
the
don't have. They don't have someone.
they
Yes, they
have time to hold it and
correct.
build an innings together? I
The
think that,
middle order is fragile. Whereas I
yeah.
think for one of those many years that we've seen for, RCB, they seem to have everything in order. Now it's only about, like I said, just hope the law of averages doesn't catch up.
Yes, they have some interesting matches coming up. I think against RR
Yes.
they have only one match in
One
the coming.
match. Yeah. They
Yeah,
have. I think it's coming up on the Sunday or something, right? So that RRRCB will be a good one to watch.
good one to watch. Yeah, that's pretty much from me
That's
with
pretty
regard to
much
RCB.
it. Yeah, I think we just left with LSG. So LSG is once again एक दिन चांद पे नहीं तो रात तक निपट गए. So I'm just worried sometimes that when you have such a team that how do things work here. Doing a 238 was brilliant. I think that was a showstopper. That day was extremely brilliant. But then I think we had spoken about this in the last episode too. Rishabh Pant, captaincy material. We're not seeing some very promising signs, but yeah, at least in the list of top run getters, you still have the Puran right at the top, but not really backed up with some extremely good bowling. You would agree, right?
Yes, I think there's Puran, there's Mitchell Marsh, and there is also even Markram, who's amongst the runs. So their
Yes,
batting is looking good. That's the reason they're getting those 200 plus scores.
scores.
But unfortunately, bowling, they're not getting much from their bowlers. And I don't know if there is any news of Mayank Yadav or Mohsin Khan coming back.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so that's been their story.
That's been the story. I know, like you said just earlier, blow hot, blow cold. But here, I think also that is that playing in the mind of a captain that I really have a passionate team owner who will really, who does this regular team meetings on the ground. So sometimes you wonder if that really plays on a player's mind. But
Yeah, yeah.
would
And
I, would I, sorry,
if
please
Lucknow
go
were to have a bad season, touch
ahead.
wood, if
Ouch.
they were to have a bad season, I think knowing their owners, if not next year, but very soon they will make a change with the
Yeah, I
captain.
know. Unfortunately, that chopping and changing has been something with LSG that they're just known for it for some reason. And I know it comes with it's because of a passionate unit who are at the helm of affairs from a team management standpoint. But it shouldn't play on the players' minds because the players come with different agendas of winning a match. No one comes with a agenda of losing a tournament or rather a match. So
Absolutely.
I just like to balance it out somewhere. But would I put LSG in the top four for playoffs? Not right away. I'll give them another week before we do another episode about it.
Yeah, that brings me to the last team, DC.
Yeah.
Well, like I said about Sunrisers, everything is going wrong. I think DC is the team for them right now. Everything is going well,
Well, yeah.
but
For
it's
the years
also
that we've known them.
because they're I think the only team which has probably played only 3 matches, and I think
Correct.
as
Yeah, I
we
know
record
that.
this, playing their fourth match against
Yes.
RCB. So
RCB.
3 out of 3. Early days need to watch how they're going to take it forward from here.
Correct.
I would still like to see KL Rahul open. I think that's something that I've always wanted DC to do. I know there's Faf, I know there's Fraser McGurk, but KL Rahul making use of the power play, nothing like it. I think that's of course that's a change that's not going to happen.
Yeah, yeah,
But
don't think so. He
uh,
KL Rahul is an underrated opener, at least in the IPL, at least in the IPL scheme of things. But
yeah,
don't know. And also, he comes from a land where people named Rahul would do anything for their team. So I think we'll just let KL play his natural game.
yeah. But otherwise, things are looking good. I think Aksar Patel is doing a fabulous job. All good for DC.
All good for DC. Probably the upcoming week would be make and break for them. So if they continue, or if they're a 5 out of 5 sort of situation, they could just make it for the playoffs, or
Yeah, they
maybe
have
they.
important matches. I think they have one against the big one, Delhi versus Mumbai, and Delhi versus Rajasthan. So they have
Oh,
those two.
nice.
And of course, the one which is going on right now against RCB.
RCB, yeah. So those will be close fixtures.
Yes.
Nice. There's been a meme fest online, but there are a lot of memes about the IPL. So let us let the teams play their game on the field.
Well, as long as it's a week like which went by, I don't think anybody is complaining.
Yeah.
They're looking forward to more of these close encounters. What is it that you're looking forward to, Abhishek, in the next week?
I know we're 3 weeks into the IPL, and we're still asking ourselves, when is that 300 going to be breached? But I think you would agree that the bowlers have become a bit more smarter. I know they're leaking runs, but they're ensuring that they get good purchase from the wickets. So maybe we'll have to wait for a couple of more weeks, or maybe the next edition for a 300. But I know if Nicholas Puran is listening to me, he will say, "No, man, I am going to break it right away."
It's actually been pleasant to see the bowlers have it their way uh,
Yes,
in most
some
of the
balance
times.
is required because bowlers were being treated as second-class citizens. That's just not good for the game. They need to be respected for the guile that they have, and
Yeah,
I'm just glad to see that a lot of bowlers have come to the front. It's not only about swing your bat, get maximum purchase. It's also about place the ball in the right areas and get your wickets. So I'm very glad for that. So it's an even contest. That's the
yeah.
best part of it.
I'm also very happy to see. I think some of the players, like someone like an Ajinkya Rane, do well this season.
Correct.
Uh, Rajat Patidar, Aksar Patel as a captain,
Right.
Siraj striking this form.
Siraj striking. Yes.
I
That's
don't know if unsung heroes is really the way to put it, but these are names you just feel happy that they're doing well.
yeah. Sometimes we tend to keep them in tier one or tier two rather than mentioning them amongst the greats. So here are some players who just do their job, smile, and go back into the dressing room. So nice to see them getting their due. I would agree with you 100%.
And considering there was not much of hype about any of these players, uh,
Correct. Correct.
barring Rajat Patidar maybe, but
Yeah,
I think they've done really well for themselves and for their franchises.
for their franchises too. And I hope we find many more such unsung heroes, because that's what the IPL is all about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. On that note, I think that was the roundup from us for the week.
Fantastic. I know there are some good weekend matches to be looking forward to. Uh,
Yes. So looking
don't
big
just
matches.
just big matches actually.
Big matches. Make or break week for
Yes,
CSK.
for a
Still
lot
a
of
safe
teams. Yes, yes.
if
I
it's
would
still a
agree. I
safe
would agree. Make or break week for CSK. If nothing works out here, then like I said, see you in 2026.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. And also probably sitting on the fence are Mumbai,
Mumbai.
sitting on the wrong side of the fence, I should say.
Wrong side.
Mumbai, Sunrisers, Rajasthan. So a lot
Correct.
in crucial week coming up. But yes, like last week, or probably even better, looking forward to some good close contests and many, many heroes, like you mentioned. Yes, so that was the roundup from us for this week. We'll catch up with many more interesting matches in about a week's time. We'll see you with a fresh episode every Friday. Till then, take care. Please like, share, and subscribe Gully Talk. Bye bye.
Stay safe. Bye.